Welcome back to the RTF podcast to refresh your feed so you don't have to. My name is Matt, his name is Matt, and you're watching episode 62.
Okay.
Matthew C. We are back.
Matthew Ace.
Another week. Number 62. We're chilling with this one. Holy shit, 62. They're flying by.
They're literally flying.
I remember doing 50.
Yep. I remember doing one.
The one was all digital.
Yep, and two.
And I think up to 10 was
Probably
digital. Yeah, something like that. Like 10. But yeah, another week. As you can tell, I'm a little nasally.
Nice. Love it.
It is what it is, honestly.
It's cold outside.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
It hasn't snowed since New Year's, and it's been 13 days.
It's just been raining all kinds, man.
Yep.
It's been raining like crazy. But yeah, I'm a little nasally. It's that time of year. Everyone's getting a little sick. I'm not really sick. It's just more like wake up with this stupid nasally voice. And it's I hate this. I'm not even sick. I'm not even coughing. None of that. Let's talk about what's going on. I wanted to first get into the obviously you've seen on Netflix. It released a couple weeks ago. The new Too Hot to Handle series. I know you're not a big fan. You're not a big fan of this type of show.
No.
Okay, so I think there's a couple of different things I think about it. Obviously, you have to be so stupid to go on one of these.
Would you ever do it for fun?
No, if I was good looking enough, 100% I would do it.
I mean, you're good looking enough.
I am definitely not. Anyways, number one, I would go on 100% because of the money. The money is get me in there.
Thing, yeah.
And it's not even so much you make so much money from doing the show. It's all the endorsements and the publicity and celebrity status you get after it.
You know what I've noticed something though in terms of that? Nobody ever just bullies the people.
What do you mean?
Just whenever just all of the shows in general, these contestants that go on the show, I feel like that's bully worthy. No?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, just a general statement.
Yeah,
no,
100%.
I don't. Does anybody get bullied for it?
I think no, because I think they know that they're only doing it for the bag.
Right, I think so.
You know what I mean?
I think it's a respectable feat at that point.
Yeah. It's you're doing this for the bag.
Yeah,
but
I guess.
But the thing that I never understand with, first of all, I have no idea how they've done 4 seasons and they've been so popular. I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's how do you not know by now? Everyone and their parents have seen Too Hot to Handle at least one clip or something about it. And it's these people are getting tricked into it year after year or whatever season after season. I don't know how the time is in between the seasons. And it's how do you not know? It's okay, this new show, they made it seem like it was this new show with Mario Lopez. So they try to trick them and shit, but at the same time it's wow, you have no idea. You're not on Love Island or one of those other shows you're.
Yeah, it's just a wild.
But
yeah, I don't know.
One thing I want to say is that and maybe just be me. And but they can't get their hands off each other for literally 6 hours.
No, literally not.
Literally 6 hours. I get it. It's one thing if you you find someone attractive and you're going for it and whatever, and it's okay, I get that, but they can't go six a day, a full day without it. It's okay, if I know there's all this money on the line, I'm obviously gonna take the day, no matter how tempting it is.
Yeah.
Just take the day. Even if it's okay, they don't want you to do for this day. Sometimes they double, if you kiss someone, it's a certain amount of money. You know how it works. And then, on a certain event or date or whatever, it, doubles if you do it. Or there's some shit like that. And if you know that, why are you, what are you doing?
I mean, I think it's just odd that, nobody knows each other. And all of a sudden, it's just
yeah, it's just
got real
lust.
Comfortable real fast. It's,
yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah.
But then again, though, that's just today.
Yeah, exactly.
In general, it's not. People
yeah, I get that.
People are just down bad for anything, I guess.
It's not even down bad. I think it's just I don't know how to put it into simpler terms, but the sexualization through everything, it's media,
everything,
and thing everything nudity
so
and clicks and
yeah.
All that. It's all part of it. And people, once they get a taste, it's impossible to stop. I don't know. I can't being there. Yeah, I bet it's hard, but still.
Aren't you tired of it?
What, the show?
The over-sexualization of everything.
Yeah, yes and no, because I'm a dude,
No, but
general,
I don't know,
just stereotypical dude.
I'm tired of it. It's like, oh, like more likely than not, like probably like 8 out of 10 times, you're like, holy fuck, this girl is like super hot, you know?
Yeah,
then
but
you
like,
go and click the link on her bio, and you know, it's like, does she have one or does she not have one? You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, but
So
like,
it's
like I think like after a while, it's like, it's not even so much, oh, am I tired of it? It's just like subconsciously, I don't even think about it anymore.
No, I'm tired of it. I've gotten to the point where it's just like, I don't care. I don't even look anymore. Like, I don't even, like, I scroll right past them. I don't even give a shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I think subconsciously, I just, like, if I see, like, whatever on my feed and I click into the profile, it's like, so it's not even, like, I'm not even thinking about doing it. I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's gotten to that extent now, which is kind of shit.
I don't even.
I know,
I don't even care for
it's
it
wild.
anymore.
It's wild. But this show is fucking, it's crazy. It's, like, next level. There's, like, so much shit, and it's like, okay, if there was that much money and they're rich already, either they're balling or, like, whatever, if there was that much money, people would literally be like, don't, or I'll kill you. Like, if that was me, and there was like, I went from $20,000 share to like $2,000. If I was at like 10,000, if my money was cut in half already, I'd be like, anyone does anything, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Nice.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like $10,000.
Yeah,
Would you beat somebody up for $10,000 if there was no repercussions? Like, you're not gonna go to jail. 100%.
If there was no repercussions,
Yeah, I'm beating the shit.
hands
Yeah, I'm beating the
every
shit out of you.
day.
It's like getting robbed essentially.
more or less, yeah.
Like, literally getting robbed. You have no you have no control of it. It's unless you beat the shit out of the person. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of you, and that's it. But speaking on the topic of TV shows, I did want to get into. Actually, I'm gonna ask you a question quick.
Okay.
That I saw recently, and because I've been a little nasally, I've been inside the house a little more. I've been watching a little more TV, and I've been binging The Office.
Okay.
With Steve Carell.
Okay.
Okay, and a lot of people say that the UK. Have you ever seen the UK Office?
I've seen it a little bit. Like, I've never like went and watched it
Or Ricky
anything of the
Gervais.
sort, but I've seen like pictures. I've seen screenshots.
Yeah.
I've seen clips and things. But like,
Yeah, I've watched a little bit as well. People say that it's like not even close,
no.
but no, I'm saying for like some people say that like the UK one's way better,
Really?
and I don't think so at all.
No, I disagree.
Yeah,
I've seen
I know
enough of
the-
it. I've seen enough of it to say that I don't think so. But then again, I also know that it's completely different humor.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not. Like,
I know,
it's
but
not
the
for us.
I know,
Like,
but the
it's-
US one, like Steve Carell and I can't list them, like John Krasinski and like I don't know all the names of the cast.
Yeah.
I know them like by their names, but I don't know them like Dwight and Pam and shit. But like that cast is just so good. Obviously I haven't watched all of the UK Office, but like that cast, it made them like it turned them into like the fun. It blew them up, all of them.
Yep.
Steve Carell was already big. Everyone else, you never heard of John Krasinski before that.
No, that was definitely his like.
That's his.
Yeah,
that's his role. That's his breakout role.
I mean,
Like
Steve Carell was the one that I think was.
that's the only one you
he
knew
was just the
before.
big face.
Yeah.
Right? That was the. Yeah, but
And it's like, still I think one of the funniest shows ever.
you know what I mean, and this is just another thing because of yours it's just oversaturated at this point. Again, I'm just tired of it, and I've been tired of it for a few years now. It's just like, but it's still hilarious. It's still I didn't watch it when it came out. I remember watching it in high school when it was actually in like my business classes because I had a teacher who just loved The Office, and then like later on in the week or whatever he'd just put The Office on, and like so we'd be sitting in either like accounting or something or in high school or whatever, and we'd be watching The Office, and this was like 2011 or something.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know when it came out. It came out like
2005.
2005,
Yeah,
I think, something like that.
So like I can't even say that I watched it from that because I didn't. But I remember sitting there. I remember enjoying the episodes. They were really funny, and then whatever. But that was it. Now it's just like everybody and their mother is just like, oh my god, did you watch The Office? Oh, well, I just put The Office on when I like eat on Netflix.
Yeah.
Just eat your damn sandwich, bro. Just.
No, I do that too. I'm a victim. I do that a lot actually. I watch like it doesn't have to be The Office. I watch a lot of podcasts and shit like that.
Well, that's
while I'm eating. That's like
But it's new content.
yeah.
It's always new content. If you're looking, so it's like, for example, it's just like, oh, I want to watch a show and eat some chips, right? It's like I watch a new show that's coming out or whatever, this and that. This is a little segue for the next topic we're gonna talk about. But, you know, I'm not gonna just like put The Office on to go to bed.
That's what I do.
psychotic.
That's what I do.
That's psychotic.
Why? Why didn't you like that?
Just fucking turn the lights off.
No, you're crazy. You're
What do you
crazy.
mean? You're
It's like a
crazy.
pacifier. It's like a pacifier. Watching TV at night to go to sleep becomes a pacifier.
But
I've done it my
not.
whole life.
But
I've literally since I was a kid, I would put on Jay Leno or like Yeah, at the time it was Jay Leno or David Letterman, and I would watch them from like 11:30 to, and I would fall asleep right before they would get into their guests. After their monologue, after the game they'd play, I'd fall asleep right before they get into their guests, and I would watch them literally every single weekday night.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying to you is that's different. That's different than what I'm describing.
Okay.
Where I'm describing to you, some people now, it's like my bedtime routine is I need to turn Netflix on.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I put my head to my pillow and close my eyes.
Yeah, 100%.
Why? What are you doing?
Because like I need to hear it.
Go to bed.
No, I
just
can't.
fucking go to bed.
No. It's not. Some people are like that. My mom's like that as well. She'll just like lights are off and then just head down and see you later. I can't do that. It needs to be like slow and gradual.
I get it. I get the whole like noise thing. It's comfort, whatever.
Yeah.
I like sleeping with a fan for 2 reasons. A, I like it cold. In my room, I like sleeping in the cold, and B, the sound of the fan is I like it.
That's why people have like white noise things.
Yeah, the white noise or the brown noise or the sounds of air. You've never heard of a brown noise before?
I've never heard of brown noise. What's
brown noise is like the sound of an air. No.
What's brown noise?
No.
What the fuck is brown noise?
It's like the sound of an airplane. You know the sound of an airplane?
Oh, I want to hear that.
I like it.
Like a jet? Like a...
No. Like the inside of an airplane.
Oh.
When you're sitting on the inside of an
what
airplane,
makes that brown?
It's just a different type of noise.
Oh, okay.
It's just like white noise is like the... I don't know how to describe them. Right?
I thought white noise was like tropics and like rainfall.
No, but those are other things too. Or for example, I also can't sleep, I'll change it up sometimes. I have a playlist on Spotify of thunderstorms, and then midway through the playlist it changes to like the ocean or some shit. I don't know, but like
I'll agree with you there. Rain is the best. Rain's the best,
right? But I'm gonna play a clip of brown noise for you because
it's just fucking Aziz Ansari's special.
No.
Bro, fucking like Rain #1 is like the best. That is to fall asleep to it on a window. Oh, game over. I'm out in a minute. I
don't think I have like ADHD or anything of the sort. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, because I have these things, I think none of that. Okay, I've never been diagnosed. Nothing of the sort.
I'm self-diagnosing.
But if you throw this on, right, and you're trying to if you're trying to really, really, really do something, and there's like noise in the background, you're trying to do whatever, you throw this on. I put my headphones on. I have good quality like headphones. You just sit there and you're just dialed in. You're just dialed into whatever you're doing because this is what it sounds like. I gotta get an ad now. Watch.
Oh, you know what some people...
This is brown noise.
That's loud, bro. That is loud.
If you focus on the noise, right, your mind, or my mind at least, goes blank, and I can focus on whatever I'm doing. Now, don't get me wrong. I can also sit there. I can type an essay while listening to music or watching a stream or something. Yeah. I can, right? But that's like major. Like I'm dialed in. Like that's the play right there.
No, for me, I need to be listening. That's the difference. Like I need to be like podcasts, music, what else? Like literally like all that shit that like lots going on. Like I procrastinate, but it'll get me working for longer. Yeah. If that makes sense.
I mean, I get it. But like if you listen to it, think about it. Think what that sounds like. So the inside of an airplane or like a fan, right?
Yeah.
Blowing or whatever. There's no stimulation.
Yeah, I know. That's why I need substance. I need substance.
See, that's the thing where you can do it. I do it too. Where it's like, oh, I'm sitting there, I'm listening to music. I can be listening to like EDM or metal or anything of the sort. Sit there typing an essay. I can do it. It's fine, whatever. But I just feel like with all of the stimulation we get from everything else now, it's good to just stop and like pull yourself out of it. And something like this helps, right? I don't meditate or anything. I thought about it. I thought about like meditating or just sitting in like in thought for 5-10 minutes a day, right? I thought about it. I haven't done it or tried it just yet, but just to pull yourself out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the
a lot of people say it's really good to sit in silence for like 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Like pure silence. That's why like people invest in noise canceling headphones. Is really just pure silence.
Yep.
And just sit in that for like 10 minutes a day. But I find that I work the best. This is so weird, but I work like the best. Obviously, a lot of people do, but like under pressure.
Oh, I mean,
when I'm like not necessarily pressure that like it's important what I'm doing. Like there's a lot at risk when I'm doing what I'm doing, but like under pressure as in like I'll give you a scenario. I have to leave my house at 5:30 to go somewhere, the gym, let's say. But I need to go at 5:30 because then I have something later, whatever. So like 5:30, I need to go. If I start working at 2:00 and I know that I have to be done for 5, like I'm on it. Like, let's say, or not 2:00, let's say 4:00, and I know it takes me more than an hour. When I start at 4, it's like I cannot be stopped. Like eating, washroom, all the human necessity, like the necessary actions that need to be taken, out the window. Everything's out the window. I don't have to go to the washroom. I don't have to drink, eat, nothing. Like when I'm like, I have a certain time deadline. When I'm like, my back's against the wall, there's like no stopping. Because I know people that are like, and this is from school as well. Like people that like have their back against the wall, and it's not kind of like throwing in a towel, but like they have confidence in themselves to just be like, yeah, I'll do it later, or like I'll get it done just before when it's done. It's like the level of preparedness, the minimal level of preparedness that's needed, like for me to be comfortable. If I'm right before that, I'm grinding. It's on grind fest.
Yeah.
Which is like weird, and it puts me in like a couple bad situations, like often. But like now as I'm getting like older, I think I'm starting to get into like this habit of doing a lot before and then cramming a little bit, like final touches right at the end.
Yeah.
Which is like,
it's definitely better.
Yeah.
It's definitely better. I mean, listen, not to out you, okay? But just you can see it when, for example, there are some days where I'm like, oh, I'm here, so we can record an episode like that.
Oh yeah, and I'll just come downstairs, right? Literally like 10 minutes.
Or it's not even that, where it's like, oh, Matt, I'm here, by the way. I'm sitting here in the studio, whatever, and like 13, 14, and then like 25 minutes goes by, and it's just like I get a text, it's like, oh, I just left the gym.
Oh, that was a bad day. That was only one day. Yeah,
no, I'm just saying, like it's like, oh, but we discussed like meeting for a certain time. Or whatever. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not a fucking big deal. It is what it is. Because it is what it is.
No, that's weird. That's funny that you brought that up because it's
been a couple times.
Yeah, for
things
sure.
like that will just like happen,
for
and
sure.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, for 100%. But it's not like when I need to be punctual, I'm punctual.
Yes.
When I know there's like wiggle room, in my head, and I get this from my dad, and I know for 100%. When I know there's wiggle room, I take that wiggle room.
Oh,
I'm wiggling. I'm wiggling all kinds.
I know
right?
You are.
But when something needs to be done like 100% at a time, it's done.
Yeah, I know.
Like I get that shit done.
No.
You know what I mean? But my problem is like adjusting to wiggle room. That's why my family says it a lot. They'll be like, and it's mostly because I think I get it from my dad, to be honest. But it's like if there's not 100% urgency, people take that as like I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? People take that like if I don't show up exactly on time, like for this. Like, people take that as like, oh, he doesn't give a fuck, comes late, whatever, like things like that. But like, personally, the way I approach it is that even if you were late yourself, right? Well, obviously, we don't have a fucking like time deadline here.
Yeah,
I know you don't mean it like that, but I'm saying like, even if we did have like a whatever, if you give your 100% while you're here, that's what matters to me. I personally.
Agree. No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, even with work, like when we used to work together, if I show up 15 minutes late, our boss wouldn't get mad at us. Or me or you or whoever, because he knows that we give the 100% when we're there.
Now, we're not. Now, here's the thing. He also doesn't take advantage of that either. Like, there are things where it's like, for example, if it's just me, we're fucking sitting in here, it is like, oh, who gives a shit? I also adjust my wiggle time to his wiggle time.
Yeah. So when I tell you 2:00, you tell me 2:50. You come here 2:15.
I show up at 2:15, and then he comes out, and it's just like, oh, I know.
It's like perfect timing.
It's fantastic. But I mean, now there are other things where it's like, for example, like you were rarely late to work. When we worked together, he wasn't really late. The only time he was ever late is when he decided to go have a couple drinks with the boys, aka I'm downtown getting absolutely hammered the night before, and then he'd sleep in.
Those are some good times, man. Those times shape me into the person I am today.
I respect it.
Those times.
I respect it.
Well, other than like, when's the best time to do that? It's when you're working some part-time job.
Of course, 100%.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that if it was...
can't do that now.
Yeah, no,
you have things to do.
I cannot do that now. Well, I can, but like you got to make sure there's nothing the next day. You know what I mean? Like you got to...
You're pissed in the moment because you're just like, you're sitting there and you're like, I got 15 things to make, or 15 guacs to make, and I got two boxes of lettuce by myself, and where's Matt?
Yeah,
It's
true
fine,
too.
you know, whatever.
Yeah,
It is
I
what
feel
it is.
there's a little bit of anger underneath that.
No, but then he comes in.
And I do all of
he's
it.
fucking grinding.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go on break, and 15 minutes goes by, and I come back, and I'm like, I got like an ice cap in my hand or some shit, and I'm like, okay, let's start dicing onions. He's like, I've diced onions, jalapenos, and fucking now I've got to start peppers now. And I'm like, it's been 15 minutes, bro. Chill.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you know. So I will say.
Yeah, that's what I think matters. I think work ethic is like one of the biggest, like when you're actually working there. But it's give and take, right? Some places need you there on time and shit like that. I don't know. In my future, that's why I like being, like right now at least, now that I'm still in school, like not working somewhere, and like working sort of for myself. It's like, not that I create my own hours, but I know when to turn it on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know when to turn it on. It's like, okay, I gotta.
You know when to turn the jets on.
Yeah, I gotta grind now. You know what I mean? But moving back to when we were talking about TV, actually, this is a film. If you saw the new Netflix film Glass Onion, we talked about this. And I gotta say, first of all, a lot of big names.
Yep.
Right? Bautista, Daniel Craig, some of the female one. Like, see, this is where it gets like dicey because I know their names as characters.
The characters, yeah. I'm awful with it too.
Like Agatha Harkness, well. Like that's what I gotta pull up the cast, but like literally like Agatha Harkness is the first person I think of.
Yeah. Well, I saw her immediately, and I like how she just plays like it's almost the same character, but it's not, or it's like a rendition of the same character every time. Because she always got that fucking crazy hair going, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, let me see who plays her.
You know, Agnes. What's her name?
Agatha Harkness.
Or that's Agnes. What do I say?
Agnes. Her and the other, Catherine Hahn.
Yeah.
Catherine Hahn was a she played actually a great role as like the senator, I think it was. And I think it was like, okay, this is the one thing I want to. Oh my God, Kate Hudson was in it too as well.
Yeah.
Jessica Henwick, Edward Norton. Oh my God, there's so many names I'm missing. Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe. Like, yeah, there's a lot of big names. And Daniel Craig obviously being the biggest one, I would say there. Literally 007. Have you watched? You've watched Family Guy?
I love Family Guy.
Okay,
I've seen every single episode of Family Guy.
Okay, I'm gonna get into this in a second. First of all, I really enjoyed this was a sequel to Glass Onion was a sequel to Knives Out. Did you watch Knives Out? I didn't watch it fully.
I don't remember.
It was a while ago, I think.
Yeah.
But both of them were great. I think both of them were great. I really like how it tells the story twice, and you get to see Janelle Monáe's character like really, like her perspective and all that at the end. And like again, a lot of plot twists that I didn't expect, like her being a twin and things like that. And not to spoil it, but
the spoilers. I didn't see the twin thing coming at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the same girl because it showed her at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I didn't expect it at all, right? I kind of expected him to be like the murderer.
Who? Daniel Craig?
No.
Edward Norton.
Yeah. Miles. Whatever.
Oh, you got him, Miles Braun.
Yeah, Miles Braun. Yeah. I expected him to be the killer. Just it is what it is. Like whatever. What else? Okay, you mentioned Family Guy.
Hold on a second. We're gonna go into it in a second, but
okay,
I do think first of all, there was a lot of like interesting motifs in it. Like there's a lot of like interesting stuff, like underlyingly the imagery behind like a lot of the decor and like a lot of the set deck was really well done.
I agree.
That island is going for like $300 million. That valuation might be wrong, but you can actually buy that island.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I don't know where, $450 million. Sorry.
Is it off the coast of Greece? Like
U.S.
You said?
Yeah, $450 million, which is kind of crazy. It's like super nice though. It's literally like your whole island to yourself, which is like nuts. Considering that like a lot of houses don't even come close to that. But first of all, it looks so sick. It looks like a sanctuary, literally like a sanctuary. But as I was saying, the art, the Mona Lisa like concept to that, where I'm not to spoil too much, but like they burn the Mona Lisa and the detail that they go into on how when it's burned, because it was painted on wood, I believe. Don't quote me. It was painted on wood instead of canvas. So what would be burning is the wood and then a thin layer of paint, which is extremely interesting. That I didn't know before. And you know who broke it down? New Rockstars. Shout out to EA Voss and New Rockstars. They do a great job, and I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure it's painted on wood, which is mind blowing. And like the detail of that to go into like because you see it up close, like it actually actually burning, right? It was super interesting. Okay, but going into Family Guy, you know where I'm going with this.
I think so. I think you know where.
Okay, go ahead. Where am I going with this?
So, the film in itself had a lot of what I felt like, not a lot of, but anyway, had a lot of like inspiration from Family Guy in terms of like a couple characters per se and like the way they kind of shot things and like they kind of told the story. Like, for example, the random dude on the island, right, was super big side character or super random side character, I mean, and was just like out of the blue, like whatever. Family Guy does that a lot, where they just kind of introduce random side characters for like that episode, and then they don't really do anything, and then they kind of reoccur not every couple minutes, like they kind of show up throughout the episode and like whatever.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna blow your mind a little bit.
I don't know. Okay.
So I personally believe that Glass Onion is so close to the episodes titled "And Then There Were Fewer" from Family Guy. Have you seen those? I think it's season 9, episode 1 and 2.
I have to look at the thumbnail. Hold on. I have to look at the.
It's season 9, episode 1 and 2. And then there were fewer. They go to James Wood's mansion.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Do you remember those 2 episodes?
Yeah, I do.
I was watching the show, right? I was watching Glass Onion, I kept thinking in my head, I was like, "Oh my god, this is exactly like that." And then there were fewer. Like this is literally exactly the same.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, they can't be. I'm like, this can't be real. I kept second guessing it.
Well, they were all, but those episodes were all. I mean, Family Guy as a whole is just making fun of everything, right? So that's like your standard like murder mystery type thing, right? That's making fun of something else.
Like, yeah.
And so it's like it kind of followed that recipe, right? For that like murder mystery on an island, which is kind of explained a little bit by Daniel Craig's character, where it's like you brought your 7 of your closest friends who all have a reason to try to murder you onto an island. It's a recipe for disaster. It's like a...
And when he said that, reminded me so much of like Joe Swanson trying to crack the code. And like, you know what I mean? Like the characters even line up, like James Woods and Miles Braun, and like there's like couples there. There's like a bunch of different couples, and it's like...
Yeah, it's also done the same way as well, where like the... where somebody activates a switch... Or I don't know if they did it or not at the table, and then a gun shoots the girl in the head from the poster, and it was the same thing because of the crossbow. I don't know. I see it. I also I mean, Family Guy's just a giant parody.
Yeah, but this came all the way after, right? And I was like, and I'm surprised no one's like broke it down yet. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is exactly the same. This has to be exactly the same. But I moving over, I wanted to talk about like Family Guys in general, as well as it's often being compared to like The Simpsons and The Simpsons,
the two big ones,
right? But I want to know if you think that Rick and Morty is now in that category.
First, have you seen Rick and Morty?
Fully, right to the end.
I fucking love Rick and Morty.
I honestly, man, I never thought in my life that anything would be able to touch Family Guy in my books. Rick and Morty is right there.
First and foremost, I haven't seen season 6 yet. I've been binging them, but you know,
okay,
all right. So I love Rick and Morty. Side note to that, it just came. I don't know if you saw this news or not. Within the last couple of days, it came out that the lead actor and director, or that guy, one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty, has been charged and arrested for domestic violence.
Oh my god, you're joking.
So first and foremost, I like Rick and Morty. I don't fucking...
What's his name? Like the creator?
Yeah, one of the co-creators. I don't fucking condone domestic violence. Dude. Stop beating your wife. What the fuck are you doing?
Let me look it up.
However, okay? I feel like if people can still listen to fucking Kanye West music, I can watch Rick and Morty, okay?
Yeah,
anyway.
Co-creator Justin Roiland faces domestic... Yeah, he's like the guy that voices like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's getting arrested, which means delayed season 7 probably. Anyway, Why?
See, this is where it's toss and turn.
Why are we beating wives, dude?
Yeah. So okay.
Why
so
are we beating the spouse?
like you don't want to accuse him unless he's found guilty.
No, he was charged.
He's found guilty.
He was found guilty. Yeah. I'm always for it. I'm always for it. You gotta look at the evidence. If he's,
No, but I think it's facing domestic assault charges. I don't know if he's convicted guilty yet. Yeah, in court to face charges. I don't know if once he like I'm not. I believe that like everyone's innocent until proven guilty.
Yes.
So until they actually come out and say that he's guilty, whatever. But like, yeah, that's kind of shit.
we still don't condone domestic violence.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that,
I'm
no.
just saying we.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
speaking for us both. We do not condone fucking domestic violence. This is fucked.
Yeah,
Stop
that's
beating your
fucked.
fuck to stop. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I know, but it exists, man. It's terrible, but it exists,
Yeah.
which is fucking shit. But I do think that like Rick and Morty's in the conversation. I think a lot of people leave it out because they don't. It's not the traditional, like gag style.
Oh no,
like,
Rick and Morty is like fucking adult humor.
Yeah,
Like,
adult
it's-
humor, but I think it's so like it's advanced that like it's not Family Guy or The Simpsons when it comes to simple family style gags, everyday life of a family, and like
I feel like
dysfunctional family type.
I feel like that's The Simpsons. You're describing The Simpsons.
And Family Guy.
And then Family Guy is a little bit of both, where it can be that, but it can also be like, there's episodes where people just die. Like, we just fucking explode, right?
Yeah, but I think
like,
I think that Rick and Morty's like Rick and Morty has to be a science fiction
that's exactly what it is.
cartoon animation. It's not necessarily like a comedy.
I mean, it's
it is
science
definitely
fiction and a comedy.
It is 100%.
Yeah,
like it's hilarious, but it's not solely a comedy.
Yeah,
Like
and
Family
it's-
Guy and thing.
Well, I mean,
know what I
listen, when you're launching giant incest babies into space,
And
it's not,
and you know what I mean, it's sci-fi. Like it's and they talk about like a lot of different like principles and things like that, and time travel and the war and the gun. What's the gun called?
the portal gun.
Portal gun. Yeah, of course. No, but I do think it's in the conversation, and first of all, I love Rick's character.
Hilarious.
For me personally, I think he's one of the best animated characters
He's
in the
hilarious.
history of like animation.
Yeah.
And because you have all those other animation series that are kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like there's all these ones that are just like kind of ass, like not ass, but like they won't get to the status of Family Guy, The Simpsons, and
You know
Rick and
what's
Morty.
what's a good example of that? Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers, The Cleveland Show, Archer.
Have you
Rick,
seen the Cleveland Show?
American Dad. I watched the Cleveland Show. It was good. It was good.
Actually,
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right? It was decent.
It wasn't Family Guy. But
Definitely wasn't
it's-
Family Guy.
No.
But you know what I mean? Like you have those that are like
They're just there. They
A
exist.
tier,
Yeah.
and then like the S tier is like
Yeah, yeah.
Family Guy thing, and
Like Bob's Burgers, I've seen quite a few episodes now. I have friends who watch it, and we do watch it together. But like, it's nothing special, but it's not atrocious. Where it's like, why am I fucking watching this? But I don't know.
it's rough because I think that like Seth MacFarlane and Justin Roiland. Oh, Thing is another great one that I would say is still not up there, but it's also very good. Is Big Mouth.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't watched Big Mouth at all? Wow, great! It's great.
Is it?
It's good. It's really funny. Yeah, it's extremely funny.
I also here's the thing though, when Rick and Morty first came out, and here's the thing, my opinion hasn't changed too much. When Rick and Morty came out, I thought it was fucking stupid. Even right now, I fucking love Rick and Morty, and I think it's fucking stupid.
What do you mean stupid? I think
It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
like humor wise, I think Family Guy is more stupid.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree 100% because Rick and Morty is not a show that you can kind of do it, but it won't make as much sense as Family Guy.
Yeah.
Right? Family Guy, things will happen and things will progress over seasons, right? Like for example, like Bonnie had a baby, right? For the first like 8
Susie.
seasons, right? She was pregnant, and then she finally had this kid after fucking how long, right?
Yeah, Susie.
But here's the thing though, Rick and Morty, right? Like you're 3 episodes in and they've swapped timelines already. Right? Now here's the thing. Is it actually like should you know? It's like no, you can watch episodes without it.
But I think that's what makes that show
Because you're
amazing.
thinking about it.
Yeah, it's because you're thinking about like, are we even watching the right Rick? Like, I think what's the one that we watched? 618? 616?
Rick C-137.
C-137.
Yeah.
Yeah. C-137 is the one. 616, I think, is the.
That's the Marvel.
Yeah.
Or our Earth type of.
Or I could be wrong. The
no,
numbers,
that's what it is. That's
is
what
it 616?
That's like our universe, like
Yeah.
Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. But like C-137, like you don't know if it's that. Like, you know what I mean? There's always like a twist that just gets you, whether it's like the Citadel of Ricks or they go into a portal gun and it's something like a portal and something else.
Or for example, like one of the biggest ones is there was an episode where Rick explained how they use Morty's as like a shield.
Yeah.
Right? And then a few episodes go by, or like a season goes by or something, and then they have this evil Rick and Morty tampering into portal. Remember that episode where he like tampers with Rick's portal gun and frames him for like murdering a bunch of people? And so they went to go find it, and it ended up being evil Morty, and the Rick was a robot.
Oh,
and
shit.
Then, yeah, but then the Mortys all got rescued at the end, and he like took his eye patch off and put like a robot eye in or something, or like fixed his eye.
Oh, shit.
And then like later on, it turned out to be, like that evil Morty turned out to be President Morty, and then he destroyed the Citadel of Rick.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm talking about?
Yeah.
These things are going on.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like you either have to remember, or if you're watching it and you're binging it, it makes sense because
everyone just binges it though.
But then it's just like if you don't watch them like this, you're just like, what the fuck's so imagine seeing like.
I think the biggest mistake they made is not being on a bigger network.
They're on Adult Swim.
I know, but not a lot of people have access to it.
I think that's good.
I think
that's good.
I know. I think that's good as well. But I have to watch it on Plex, which is like not the most But I still think that they should have been on maybe somewhere more accessible. I think they would have been bigger that way.
I feel like it's better that they're not because of the kind of show that it is.
Yeah, but I feel like but people having to go search for it and like actually like dig and look for it if they don't have Adult Swim, which most people don't. Not a lot of people have Adult Swim.
Yeah.
But having to go look for it is kind of like almost like I give up. Like, people are lazy. Like,
they made 6 seasons. Like, I think they're
definitely winning. Like, they're definitely on top. But like, I feel like they would be able to surpass Family Guy and Netflix, Family Guy and The Simpsons.
How did you start watching it? Did you just say one day, "Oh, I want to watch Rick and Morty"?
I've seen I saw like so much shit about. Started watching when like season 4 came out.
Do you want to know why I started watching Rick and Morty? I would watch episodes of Rick and Morty on TikTok because people upload clips.
No
and
way.
They end up uploading the entire thing. So I'm scrolling through TikTok as fucking Subway Surfers is in the bottom corner, and I'm watching the Rick and Morty episodes. And so it's like, then I went back to go watch them, and I'm like, oh, I've seen this episode on TikTok. And it's just like, I'll watch it anyway because I missed something.
Yeah.
But like, that's why I started watching it, because it's like, it exposed me to it, and I gave it a chance, and I'm like, let's see what it's about. I'd watch the 3 or 4 minute clip, and I'm like, no, I want to see what's happening next. So I find it. And then like,
exactly.
Yeah, literally TikTok.
That's crazy. I didn't even know they had that shit on TikTok.
Yeah. People do that.
But even with like Big Mouth, I think that when you have like comedians involved, but like either writing or part of the actors, like the voice actors, whatever, with a animated series like that, like Big Mouth has John Mulaney. I believe Seth MacFarlane was a comedian. Like they do stand up and things like that. Like let me look it up. Like, I know for sure Seth Green, Alex Borstein, like these are Mila Kunis. Oh, not so much Mila Kunis, but some of them are like actual comedians, right? And I think you need that to make it like super funny. I don't know about John Mulaney. I sort of like his stuff. There's one comedian that I hate. Like, I hate. What's his name? The British guy.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Why do you hate him?
And
he's always dealing with the hecklers in the crowd and stuff?
That's just one clip. But yeah, I know exactly. Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carr.
Why do you hate him?
I don't like Jimmy Carr's comedy, man.
That's fair.
I don't like it. It's like, number one, his laugh feels like it's out of a box. So fake. Like, I literally got it shipped from Amazon to my house. So fake.
It's true.
It's like,
yeah, he has an awful laugh.
It's like literally the fakest,
it's true.
right? And that's the number one thing I hate. And as terrible as it is, one of the funniest comics, aside from all the controversy, I think Ricky Gervais was like one of the funniest.
Dude, I'm gonna be
him and Louis C.K. were like one of the funniest comics.
I think the controversy makes it funnier. Dave Chappelle,
No, but Dave Chappelle's was different though. Like his was all part of that like cancel culture vibe, and like they were trying to cancel for the trans stuff and a bunch of shit. But Louis C.K. actually got like. Fucked.
I'm gonna be honest when it comes to comedy.
Like Louis C.K. fucking deserves.
There's always a little bit of truth into everything, right? Always just a sprinkle, right?
Yeah.
Some things are more, some things are less. That's what I feel. And that's what makes things funny because there's a little bit of truth in it, and like, no, okay, I'm not saying like, oh, like, you know, let's hate on a specific group of people. No, there's none of that. If you watch the other podcasts, I say it all the time. Just don't hate people just because you want to hate people. It doesn't make sense. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to comedy specifically, it's just, that's what it is. It's comedy, right? Laugh, have a good time. And if it's not something you resonate with, don't watch it. Watch something else, right? That's what it is. Because that's what this is at the end of the day. That's what Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, there's like honest. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
I think all comics are all the great comics are one way or another controversial, and the 100%. only ones that I can even think of is like Kevin Hart, but not 100%. He's like pretty clean, and Jerry Seinfeld. Those are the only two that I can think of that are like really big, that like Jerry Seinfeld more, that like really keep it clean. Everyone else, like you can get mad at anything. Like I can choose whatever the fuck I want to get mad at, and I can take away anything from it, right? And it's a good special is actually recently just dropped. Andrew Santino, you familiar with him? He's a fellow ginger.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, hold on.
He's a fellow. Look at your beard, man.
My hair is brown.
No, it's not brown. It's blonde. And your beard is very orange.
Yeah, I know it is. I know.
That's not what's wrong with being a ginger. I like gingers. They're cool.
Okay.
But he dropped this special called Cheeseburger on Netflix, which is actually pretty funny. I had a good laugh. But he even says near the end of the special, it was like the whole point of the cheeseburger. I don't want to spoil it. Anyways, basically along the lines he says, you make what we say. Like there's two parts to comedy. It's what you take and then what we say. You know what I mean? So you can't like take it in the wrong way or take it in the right way. It's all up to you.
Yep.
And it's all about 100%. How you take it. And I think a lot of comics get extremely shit on for that type of stuff.
Did you ever see that clip? I don't remember who it is. He's a small comic. He's not anybody big, but it floats around TikTok a lot about this guy. He has glasses, dark hair, and he's in like the basement of a club or something or whatever it is, like a comedy club. And this black girl is like heckling him like hard because of something he said or whatever. And like, I don't know. She was like at one point she was into like full on like mental breakdown. Like
I can't have that shit, man.
Tears. It's just like relax.
Yeah, no.
Now don't get me wrong. He was absolutely giving it to her, as he should have though. To be honest.
Good.
But like,
I think hecklers are the stupidest fucking thing. I think heckling somebody while they're performing, you don't understand how difficult it is to perform, and if it's already someone small, you're the dick. They're not the dick. They could say whatever. But you're the dick. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're the dick.
I'm going to show you the clip after because it's absolutely hysterical.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, the thing is, too, it's like so she was getting kicked out. Security was kicking her out. And she was in tears, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't want to spoil it.
Something wrong there.
I don't want to spoil it. But he said something to her, and then she lost it, and she's being escorted out, whatever. Hilarious. But it's just like, first and foremost, you're the idiot because, A, you paid to be there.
Yeah.
You're not getting what you paid for now because of your loss, and you're ruining people's experiences.
Yeah.
Again, if you don't agree with somebody that's something that somebody says,
just take the hit. Just take the hit. That's the way I look at it. Just take the hit. You don't find something funny, take the fucking hit.
Yeah.
And don't go watch their stuff again. And if anybody asks you about their stuff, you say it was shit. That's your opinion. You're allowed to say that. You do what you got to do. But to go online and start going crazy and like and say, oh, he's a racist, she's a racist, he's a racist, all this stuff. He's a transphobic, fatphobic, all that. It's just so extra. Like that's the way I put it. It's just so extra.
Well, it's because we live in a society, unfortunately, now where it's like an opinion that is disagreed with is wrong.
It becomes everyone else's problem.
Yeah.
It's not just one person's problem. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It becomes everyone else's problem that's involved, and it's no longer like, oh, I don't like this, but I don't like this. It's not, now it's like, I don't like this, so now everybody's got to know that I don't like this, and I got to try to convince them that they shouldn't like it either, which is terrible. It's on a shit note, but
Anyway, it's
You know, we try to keep it loosey goosey here on the podcast.
I'll show you the clip later. It was fucking hysterical.
We try to keep it loosey goosey here on the podcast.
She got demolished. It was fine. It was funny.
That's all good.
The crowd was laughing at her, so even the security guard was kind of laughing at her too. It was, you know.
Yeah, it's after a while they're hammered or some lug nuts loose or something up top there.
Hey, man.
You know, it is what it is.
Hey man, it's fine.
I think we're gonna edit there for today, Matt.
Hey Matt, thank you so much for having me today.
Of course, you know, another episode down the books. If you are listening to the podcast, check it out in full video on YouTube. If you enjoyed this episode, if you made it to the end, leave a like, comment, subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Trying to get to, I know it sounds small, but we're trying to get to 100 subscribers. We celebrate the little goals, and we work our way up. That's how it works. So if you enjoyed, let us know that you enjoyed. Also, check us out. You can travel with us on the road, wherever you go in your headphones. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast. And if you want to see just the highlights, check us on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts. We're all over the place. That was it for episode 62. Matt, thank you again.
Thank you, Matt.
And we're fresher if you don't have to. Peace out.
See you later.